Boise State Bronco lined up behind Smith. Expects to be busy tonight. They fake it to him, and Smith throws. Almost picked up. In fact, on a carom, it's into the hands of Dalen Henley. A dangerous throw, and on the carom.
Just loses vision as this receiver goes in motion. Watch that safety in the middle of the field. He's going to try to throw the seam ball fake, never locates him. He drives, and that ball caroms right to Dalen Henley.
Yeah, that safety, Alohi Gilman, I mean, that's just great eyes. This is really a hallmark and a trademark of zone defense. When you're playing in the deep third.
You think about Keenan Allen on third down. He's off to the left. Herbert's looking to the right, and now flips it short, incomplete. Trying to get the ball. 100th career field goal attempt for Cameron Dicker. He knocks it right through. He's carried it 19 times. Didn't have a lot of opportunities before the Patriots defense was closing in. He has a crease this time and runs right over a man. He did that throughout his college career. Tougher to do at the league level. But brings some pressure. Gino across the middle. Dante Thornton Jr., the speedster, the rookie out of Tennessee. Big, raw, strong receiver. Got ahead of Gilman. It's a 300-pounders up there for the Chargers. Pump fake. Gino launches down the middle of the end zone. Threw it in harm's way again, and coming across to break it up was 3rd and 7. Smith looking instead to the right, and he'll be swarmed and sacked. Khalil Mack.
Yeah, watch Derwin James is going to run a pick right at that tackle, and then this loop. Pay attention to Ashton Genty. There's that pick. Genty gets confused a little bit, and then it's chaos in the middle of the pocket. Great blitz design.
Yeah, how about that? A safety running a pick for one of the most feared pass rushers that this game has ever seen.
It's a 54-yard attempt for Daniel Carlson, well within his range. Good at 50-plus, and it is so easy these days. It's incredible the quality of kicking in the NFL. Now it's Crosby lined up across from Pipkins, and ball fought for in the sidelines. Now Raider fans on their feet on this 3rd and 15. Herbert escapes, long way to go. Cuts it back, but he'll be brought down near the original line of scrimmage. Raiders from their 16. Fake it to Genty. Smith trying to escape. Stays alive and flips it short. And that's Mike Mayer, the tight end, who's able to create a little space there.
Give you no windows.
Got to find out where number 3 is on this 3rd down play. He's patrolling the middle. This is Bowers. And good open field tackle made by Tarheeb Still to stop him well short.
Chris, that's an incredible.
Herbert over the middle, and it's McConkey who's caught both of his completions so far. Found a little space there out near midfield.
It's such a great adjustment.
Herbert climbs the pocket but runs into traffic, and he'll be dropped for a short sack. Laulu got him. They just get it off. Check down. And the catch made. Short gain there by Keenan Allen. Allen to the left of the formation, guarded by Kelly. Herbert was looking that way. Now he'll take off right up the middle. Raiders bring pressure. Herbert steps up. On the move, scans end zone. A dart. Keenan Allen working his way in the back line, grabs it, and the Chargers jump on top. Polamalu is in coverage. 1, 2, no problem, and a toe drag to boot. On the end around, Trey Tucker squeezes through. Quick burst, picks up 7. Good work by Tui Pelotu. Broke the pass up. He had knocked Genty kind of off rhythm in the route. Zipped across the middle. Catch made by Jacoby Myers. He can fly, and they get some space for him. A huge gain.
He says he's 33, 34 years old, working like that. I can as well.
Smith, pressured again, escapes, has space. Geno Smith takes off. Says, I played 13 years, but I feel spry and young. Gino told him, hey, just keep trusting yourself. You're the number 6 pick for a reason. End zone throw, broken up again.
Right. Got to get Brock Bowers involved here.
Just one target so far tonight. Smith, he'll be swarmed. No chance as they brought the big man.
Sometimes centers, you put a guy over their head and they think there's so many different things. The last thing on their mind is the snap.
Daniel Carlson, 2 for 2 tonight. Knocks it through from 40. Ball quickly out. And McConkey. They back out and play coverage on 3rd down. Herbert trying to squeeze it in there. Johnson, but really nobody open. Huge play.
You just feel
in his NFL career.
It's almost coming. It's almost there.
Motioned out that time, and that's Mayer bobbled it, but held on. Enough for a first down. Genty again. There's a crease. He's close. He's kind of like one broken tackle away from really busting loose. 3rd down here. We need 2. It's White, and he's hitting the backfield and dropped for a loss. Great penetration. There was Naquan Jones. Henley got there. Chargers now. Backed up inside the 10. And there's a nice, easy pass to Keenan Allen, who picks up 9. In less than a yard. It's noisy. And fighting through, breaking tackles. Hampton still running. The rookie. Well, he keeps mentioning the future gold jacket. And he talks about Mac almost with awe. Herbert launches downfield. It's Johnson in stride. Touchdown, Chargers. Again, Bobby. He picks up a short gain to the 45. And stops. Smith on the move. Scanning. As he's seen a bit open, now he just chucks it way downfield. And it's going to be intercepted. Trying to find Thornton. Tony Jefferson stepping in tonight.
Listen, now we're not playing any more man-to-man. You just see Dante Thornton trying to go up over top Tony Jefferson. Tony Jefferson's had a night so far. He's prevented a couple big plays down the field. Ball underthrown into double coverage.
Drew did broke up a play in the end zone that could have been a touchdown.
In the first quarter.
A huge impact here. Right off that practice squad and ready for his moment here.
Hopefully, if you're a Raiders fan, that he's down.
Herbert finds Johnson. Yeah, but he's thrown the ball more than 10 yards.
I agree with Lewis. Got to run the football a little bit more. And then I'd like to see the tight ends, Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers, both of them on the field and get more involved in the pass game.
2nd and 11. They back out and play coverage. Herbert with a long throw in the sidelines. Reaching back to make the grab is the rookie Trey Harris.
Just 5-yard voided spaces in the zone.
3 by 1. Johnson to the left. Bunch to the right. That's McConkey who works free. Proving just consistently hard to guard in the National Football League as he was at Georgia. Play fake on 1st down. Herbert is flushed and chased, and will just slide down a couple yards short of the line of scrimmage. Max Crosby. Raiders bring some pressure. It's picked up across the middle. Quick hitter there to Harris. Now Harris is going to be just short of the line.
Trying to draw him off sides.
Play action. Herbert down the middle. Caught. 1st down and much more. Keenan Allen. 6 offensive linemen. Matlock in front of Hampton. He swarmed of the Raiders. Came right off the edge. I made a 3rd down stop. Jeremy Chin and Jamal Adams. Chip shot from Dicker. 3rd and 5. Raiders got to get this drive going. And they do. Squeeze the ball to the middle. Brock Bowers. Genty back in there. At the left side falls forward. Pressure comes and the completion made. Brock Bowers. Take it to White. Flip it in the flat. Myers. Picks up about 11, and now all of a sudden a little rhythm in this Raider offense.
Yeah, they're just having to methodically march their way down the field. That's where you use a little deception and throw it.
Here's play action. It's a short throw underneath to Myers. Spins free. A couple of nice moves there. Makes the first down into the red zone before Henley. 18th play of the drive. Check down. White. Man, that escape. Just not much room. Not much room before the ball gets there. Not much room after the catch is made tonight. Raiders just used 11 minutes of clock on that drive. Ran 18 plays to go 62 yards. Play fake to Harris. And now throws it down to the running back, who used all that strength to get near the marker. Picked up 9. 6 offensive linemen plus the fullback. And they flip it down short. Najee Harris again receiving, spinning, and it's another first down.
And they're still looking for chunks. Brought the rookie Trey Harris in the game, and we're looking to see if they could get it downfield to him. And Najee Harris, 242 pounds.
Pressure does come. McConkey beats it. Oh, couldn't quite break free out of the tackle from Polamalu. Looking to throw for it. Has plenty of time. And, almost threw a pick. He was trying to get the ball to Keenan Allen. Jermaine Platt closed that lane off. The offense on the field here. Ball on the Chargers side of it. And they are going to run a play, but it's botched. It was an end around to Darius Davis, who fumbled it. And the Raiders do get a stop. Kelly made the play. They'll take over at the 42.
Match this ball downhill with your size. Sometimes you get too cute. It costs you. The Raiders still have life.
They do. Would-be carry. So Smith, can they get a spark? Can they make a downfield play? Bowers picks up about 9. Well, he's looking down the middle of the field that time, but the pass is high over the outstretched arms of Jacoby Myers. 2 on 3rd. Across the middle, catch made, first down. Myers still running, down to the 15. Still just too quick, right around him. 3rd and 15. Pressure again, down the middle, end zone shot, Karam, and intercepted. Off the Karam, he tried to find Myers in traffic, and picked up by Dante Jackson.
Seam runner, it doesn't get any better than that. He can match anybody in the NFL. It's just impossible to beat this guy when he's on his game. The reason why he could look back, because he was in phase, he's in control. It's just an all-pro play.
And Najee Harris falls forward. Herbert look in that direction. Oh, threw it behind Allen that time. Just off his hands.
Yeah, look in his face, though. He wasn't. That's a totally different look.
It wasn't joyful. It was
no,
I love the fact that he was so excited his parents got to beat the red. Well, they beat the red team.
Yeah.
Now they get the silver and black team. They could be off to a great start here if they can finish the job. That pass is broken up far side by Jackson. Tucked in the slot. Chargers don't bring pressure. Smith has time, but he's running out of it. And he's sacked. Dan Henley makes the play that should secure a Charger victory here in Vegas tonight. It's a huge loss. Hampton fumbles the football. The one thing you cannot do in this situation. The rookie coughs it up. Max Crosby, who else made the play?
Beats that tackler, that tight end. He gets inside the tight end once again, and that ball pops out. Ridiculous by Max Crosby.
Yeah, you saw Hampton bring his eyes up when he saw 98 closing in, and that's what led to the fumble.
Coverage is shaping up, gives you a chance at these chunks.
Sideline, Myers makes the catch.
Everything's hard. The coverage is constantly sticky.
Smith downfield tries to find Bowers, who tried to reach up and make a one-handed grab.
No doubt.
Pete Carroll gesturing.
And he grabs his left arm.
Watching that replay board.
That's pass interference. I mean, that's just a missed call.
Play clock at 1. Smith spins out of the pocket. Trying to create the move. Barely stays on his feet. Still being chased and just heaves it into the bench after all that.
Nobody rushing the passer here, right there. Just watch him. He's going up against an offensive guard. He's wrestling with him. He sees Gino escape the pocket. Now just look at the effort. Just continuing to pursue.
And a win head-to-head is important.
Big deal.
Barreling straight ahead is Harris.
The chunk plays that they needed. Gino didn't have his best stuff tonight. The margin for error against this defense.
Harbaugh had lost 3 in a row to Carroll going back to 2014. It's the friendliest exchange they may have had in a while. No birthday joy for Pete Carroll. And the Chargers all smiles. Go to Brazil, travel a long way to beat the Chiefs. Go on the road, pick up another divisional win.